Hey there trainers, welcome to the world of competitive Pokemon. My name is Jucidy. If you're new to the competitive scene, like I still am, if you're like me, you've probably heard a lot about terrain. What exactly is terrain? And what does it mean? And why is it so important for your strategy? Well, today, we're going to break down the different types of terrain in competitive Pokemon so you can get a better grasp of how they work and how to use them to your advantage. So, let's dive on in. Okay, so first things first, let's define what we mean by terrain. In competitive Pokemon, terrains are special field effects triggered by certain moves or abilities that modify the battlefield. These effects can last for 5 turns, or until a move like Misty Terrain or Grassy Terrain is used again. Make a little sense? Let's talk about each terrain and break it down for you guys. Let's start with the Electric Terrain. When this terrain is active, it boosts the power of the electric type moves by 33%, and it prevents Pokemon from being put to sleep. Can I get some snaps? Can I get some snaps? Because who here hates it when you're going up against a Smeargle or an Amoonguss and they spore you? Me. I hate it. So this terrain is huge for shutting down moves like that. Electric Terrain is typically used by fast electric type Pokemon, like Miraidon, or even a Pokemon with access to the move, Electric Terrain. It's great for teams that want to enhance their electric offense while also keeping the Pokemon alert and awake. Next up, we got Grassy Terrain. When Grassy Terrain is on the field, it boosts the power of grass type moves by 33% as well. But that's not all. It also heals the Pokemon standing on the field by 1 out of 16 of their max HP, which is huge. So a Pokemon like Rillaboom has the ability, Grassy Surge, to activate the Grassy Terrain. Moving on to Misty Terrain. When this terrain is active, fairy type moves gain a 33% power boost. It prevents Pokemon from being affected by status conditions like poison or burn. So moves like Toxic or Will-O-Wisp. Not only does Misty Terrain help you with status conditions, but it's also fantastic for teams that rely on fairy type offensive. Last but not least, one of the most common and favorited terrains, Psychic Terrain. This terrain boosts the power of psychic moves by 33%, just like the other ones. More importantly, it prevents priority moves. So Fake Out, Quick Attack, or Bullet Punch can't be used while this terrain is up. This is especially useful for teams that want to shut down those fast priority dependent Pokemon. Psychic Terrain is often seen in teams of Pokemon like Indeedee, who can hit hard with psychic type moves while preventing priority attacks. So now you know the basics of Electric, Grassy, Misty, and Psychic Terrain. But how do you use them effectively in a match? Good question. Each terrain has its own strength, and the key is to match the terrain with the overall strategy of your team. For example, if you're running a heavy electric type offensive, Electric Terrain might be your best friend. But if you have a lot of strong fairy type attackers, you'll want to take advantage of the Misty Terrain. Or maybe you want to shut down priority moves with Psychic Terrain to make sure your slow, bulky Pokemon can set up without fear. Now you should have a solid understanding of the different types of terrain in competitive Pokemon and how to use them to your advantage. Terrain effects can turn the tide of battle, so mastering them is crucial for any trainer. If you found this video useful or helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, have any other questions, or want more in-depth advice, and I will catch you in the next video. Good luck out there, trainers!